everybody, welcome back to Eating with the Alexanders. I'm Kel.
I'm CJ.
And today we have a seafood boil inspired by our favorite we love.
Yes,
she
sir.
always makes us hungry. And every time I watch her videos, I've been craving king crab ever since. I'm not even going to say craving. I've never even had king crab, so this will be my first time. Yours too?
Yeah, my first time.
Yeah.
Also, mussels. First time we tried mussels.
I'm not going to lie, I kind of tried the mussels. I don't like it. And I got my Saints cup, even though we didn't win today. I'm kind of sad. But that was a good game, man. We played the 49ers, and that was a really good game. He's a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk football right now.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Oh, because you...
Yeah, they're not doing good. They're not doing good.
It's okay.
So yeah, today we have mussels. We got some eggs. We have potatoes, sausage, corn, snow crab, and king crab.
Yep. So we are going to... Oh yeah, we have some dip.
Dip from a place
We call
called
it...
Fiery Crab.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a it's a mayo-based dip.
We call it crawfish dip down here in Louisiana, Lafayette, Louisiana.
It's a mayo-based dip.
Yeah, we call it crawfish dip, but it's a seafood type. Yeah, like you said, mayo-based dip. And this is called the Fiery Special, which is a butter sauce. Until we can get our hands on a packet of beloved seasoning mix, we can never catch it. Never catch it.
Time we see it, it's going.
So yeah, let's dig in. What are you going in for first?
I don't even know. Let's see.
This little piece of... We should have got something. We put in I have a little piece of snow crab right here.
That's when you guys enjoying your Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Went to church.
Yep. Great service.
Yep.
You wanna you want the dip?
Just muscle with that.
Is it good?
It's different. What is it? Not a good flavor. Yeah, it was a flavor. Dip is good though. Yeah, the dip is pretty good. We have the Heinz, mayo ketchup that you can buy in Walmart or anywhere,
but this one has like seasoning in it.
Yeah, they did it right. What did you do?
We did our own boil, but the mussels are from the Fiery Crab.
Yeah. Everything else we boiled ourselves.
Yeah.
They did good.
I'm gonna be real.
It was better than mine.
Huh?
It was better than my dip.
Almost. Yo, we've been trying, like, we're new to mukbangs and we're trying. So we filmed one before, but we never posted it.
Right.
Because the kids were going crazy.
The kids was home and they was just going nuts. We was like,
They were doing the most. We have one that's 3. I think we already told y'all that. One that's 3, one that's 6. And then we have a 3-month-old who is like the most chill baby ever.
she's chilling right now. Might be sleeping.
Probably so.
Is that little mama Ruth?
She's watching Baby Einstein, or maybe she's sleeping because I don't see her moving. What's that going for me? Look at her hand. I'm gonna check on her right quick and make sure she's good. I think she's sleeping now. She is the sweetest little thing.
Yeah. Sleeping with that thumb in her mouth.
I'm really trying so hard.
She got that thumb in her mouth.
To stop that habit before it truly forms, which I think is already formed, but I was a thumb sucker. I sucked my thumb until I was 11. And I don't want her to do the same. And it cost me a lot of money. My parents didn't pay for those braces. I paid for those braces. We already have one who has a little bit of crowding going on. We were told since he was younger that he'd probably need braces, our oldest. And then our middle son sucks through his fingers.
2.
So we really didn't want the baby to do the same. Because
When
it
it
also...
started, like, it just started when I was at work. No,
Mm-hmm.
it just recently started. Or she been,
Yeah, it did.
but she really was like
Over the last 2 weeks, you're right.
consciously going after it, not just you know on accident. It's like, nah, you take it out her mouth. She's going back. I'm like, no, baby.
And she'll run at us too, like, excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, she be in her packing plane, making noise. You know she got that thumb.
You know, it sounds like.
Like she got that thumb.
It sounds like she's trying to enjoy it before we come and take it away.
Yeah, she was looking too. When I take out her mouth, she was looking like, what you doing? I'm like, no, baby. Your brother already got it bad. King crab. I mean, not king crab, I'm sorry. Snow crab's good.
I'm gonna try the dip. I mean, the sauce. Which I've tried it before, but. It's good.
Yep.
So, what did you think about service today?
I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the message he had today.
Yeah, we went to a new church, and it's like right near where we live. And the message was about not just claiming to be Christian or godly, but also living it.
Yeah, putting it into action. Like he said, you might have someone who's well off. You might see someone in need, when some people might be like, you know, I'm not gonna help, or he was saying actions. Going to church every Sunday, doing all the things like that. And I said it's not important, but really doing God's will, and like you said, what would God do? What would Jesus do? You know, like helping people, truly helping people, not just like turning the cheek. You know, which was it was a great message. Which is I understand where he was coming from with everything. You know, with actions. That goes for a lot of things in life. You know what I'm saying? Like talking or doing certain things matter, but actions.
Yep, that's like one of my main things. I say that all the time. Actions speak louder than words. You can tell me you're sorry all day long, but if those actions don't show it, if those actions don't show it,
Well, I wasn't trying to get broke over.
no. If those actions don't show it though, you have to show me.
Like he said, I mean, the big thing at the church is like talking about legacy. He's like, legacy is something that, what do you say? How you worded it? Like something you might not see, but you have a great impact on it. Like because, for example, he was saying about how they building, you know, an orphanage and certain things in Haiti for kids out there and helping out. And like you said, you might outlive everything they're doing, but you know, it's still, even when he's gone or you going, it's still going to have an impact on kids or just other people. Which that's big. Like that's a great. I see where it's coming from with legacy. You know, it's a powerful thing. It's going good. You know, I like corn.
What stood out to me about the message was the example he used about the boat. I mean, the ship. There was a ship that had been at sea for 13 years. And the ship had frozen bodies on it. Like, everybody on there had froze to death. And the ship had just been at sea for 13 years, just still moving, still sailing, still, you know, adrift, I guess. But everybody on there was frozen. So, like they said, the way he tied it into the sermon was he said, don't be that person who's just drifting, but everything inside is frozen. Oh, I'm a Christian. I go to church. I'm in a small group. I do this. but you have no love in your heart. You're not giving. You don't think about other people. You just, and that's a big thing for me. And we're trying to find a church that, you know, we're not 100% sure like where we want to go because we're kind of trying to do something, neutral?
Right.
What we mean by that is like, he grew up Catholic, I grew up Pentecostal, and we want to come together somewhere where we both like feel, I don't know, at home together, but are both comfortable worshiping there. And our kids, like that's really important. And this one's a non-denominational church. And it was really good. Like, but what's really important to us also is like going somewhere where we feel like we're giving back. Somewhere that's like an example to our kids also. Like
they enjoyed it. The kids really enjoyed it.
They did.
They didn't cut up. You know, they didn't cry about leaving, or they really enjoyed it. They clapped, even though Xavier was clapping when nobody was clapping. You know, he still was into it. But no,
they enjoyed it.
And that's big for us.
What it is?
What? I don't know right now. You know, I like my mayo-based sauces. That's like my number one sauce right now.
It's spicy. It's corn.
Corn? Okay.
Yo, somebody left us a comment on one of our other videos, and it just made me think. And she said, "I hope your marriage is as respectful as it seems." I love that. It didn't offend me at all. At all. I love that because I can honestly say it is. Do we get on each other's nerves?
Yes. Yeah. You know, we're not perfect, but we definitely have way more good times than bad times. Most definitely.
It's my best friend.
Alright, guys, when I'm away, it's like
I miss him.
I be missing, like, we literally sit on the phone sometimes and clown, like, how we was when we first talked, like, just friends, like, we still talk like we friends sometimes. It's just how we still get along.
For those who don't know, he works away 14 and 7. So 14 days away, 7 days home. And it's a sacrifice we had to make because we went through something that really set us back financially a few years back. So that was
a whole nother video.
You want to talk about it? You want to touch on it or not?
That's a whole nother video.
You sure? All right, I don't mind.
What?
I don't mind touching on it. We're human, and it's like maybe it could be a lesson to somebody. I don't know. All right. So about 3 years ago, okay, we had been given a home. I had been given a home. I was supposed to inherit it. My dad gave us a home, and he said it was ours. Well, he told me it was mine. He told me first he said he was gonna sign it over to me. I was in nursing school at the time. I didn't finish. I was in nursing school at the time. He said, I have this house that you were gonna inherit anyway. Why don't y'all live there instead of renting? You know, y'all can move in. It'll be yours. I'll sign it over to you. Oh Lord. It went almost in my eye. So I was like, are you sure? Because my dad hasn't always kept his promises to me over the years. I was kind of skeptical. I ain't gonna lie. But I thought he was trying to make it up to me because he kind of backed out of our wedding, out of paying for our wedding, even though he offered. And so yeah, that's another video. So anyway, he said we could have this house, and I'm like, you're giving me a whole house. You're not saying you can live in it. You're not saying you can rent it because I offered. Do you want rent? We're already paying rent. You want rent for this house? Nope, this is your house. You can have it. I was happy. Told him, I was like, wow. He's like, yeah. Y'all really help y'all out. You're in school and he's working and this and that. And y'all have, we only had one at the time. So we were like, okay, well, thank you. Offered rent, offered everything again. And now in the back of my mind, I was like, I should get this in writing. And my older brother at the time was like, I really don't think he would do that to you. I don't think he would give it to you and then take it back. So he was like, I think he's trying to make up for everything. So, and if you ask, like, for it in writing, it might hurt his feelings if he's trying to get it right. I'm not mad at my brother. He's a good person. He has a good heart. And him and my dad's relationship is totally different from my relationship with my dad. Same mom, same dad. We do have a brother who's younger than us, who has a different mom. But yeah, all that to say, my brother's relationship is very different from, and my dad's is different from mine and my dad's. My brother and I are 10 years apart. So yeah, we get in this house, we stay there for 2 years, and then
a lot of work.
Put work into the house, fix it. Oh man, I wish we could insert pictures of like.
If we can find it, we'll.
If we can find pictures, we'll insert it. If not, we'll show y'all on another video. We'll just bring that back up. But like, we did this like striped wall, and that was like our little project together when we had our middle son Xavier. It was a guest bedroom / nursery, and we were so proud of it. Like it came out so good.
Zayden's room.
Zayden's room was amazing. Zayden's room, we painted it like blue.
Everybody thought like, did you guys pay somebody to do it? No, like we did ourselves.
We painted the walls like blue, like the sky, like on the Mario game. It was called. What was the name of that blue? It's at the tip of my tongue.
It was a pretty blue room.
It was pretty. And then we got the Mario decal. And then we had one of those race car beds, like a convertible one. What was it? What kind?
It was a
Corvette bed. And we had the Mario sheets and everything. And then we lifted it up and we put LED lights underneath.
Man, we cool parents.
We cool parents. I ain't gonna lie.
We went all out.
We put the LED lights underneath and you had the remote and you turn off the light and it would just glow. Oh, I do have a video. I have that YouTube video.
You did YouTube?
It's a little short clip. Maybe we need to insert it at the end.
First saw it?
Yep. No, I don't have that clip of when he first saw it. That's on Facebook somewhere. But the one that shows it is on my.
Oh, YouTube.
We're gonna try to insert it if we remember. Yeah. But y'all, it was so nice. Like we did so much. Like we tried to fix it up because it was our starter home. Now we knew one day we'd either like sell it or rent it or something, but like rent it out. But we were like fixing it up and we enjoyed our little home, brick home, 3-bedroom. We were told it was ours. He said he would sign it over. Well, then his financial advisor, who just happened to be, I believe, my cousin, was like, no, don't sign it over. Don't, because I think he would have had to pay it out. She told him to go ahead and pay other bills because it would have saved him money, more money monthly.
He got that. He had got a settlement, right?
He had gotten a settlement.
Yeah, so he got. That's why they advised him not to pay it. To do other stuff with it.
It would have saved him more monthly. So he said, okay, I'll continue to pay the mortgage on it, but it's still your house. You still don't owe me anything. And I'm like, are you sure? He said, yeah. It's in my will that this home will go to you. Ask your brother. Your brother's power of attorney, I promise. Okay, cool. Lived in there 2 years. And our bills and everything was like set up to, I mean, when you're living somewhere, we were stupid. We should have saved. I'm not going to lie. We should have been doing better with savings, but we were investing into the home that we thought was ours. And long story short, his mom passed away September 2016. And the next week, my dad was like, I want the house back.
Yeah, we can't make this up.
I kid you not. That was one of the things we said when the counselor sat at the edge of his seat and was like, wait, what?
Literally, yeah, the next week.
The next week, Like after his
So
mom
you guys
passed
gotta
away,
go.
he said y'all gotta
With
go.
the eviction notice on the go.
Put an eviction
5
notice.
days. You have 5 days.
It's funny now, but I ain't lying. I wanted to tear some stuff up.
That was my last living parent. My dad died when I was 9, so you know my mom passed, and it was like, man, it was devastating. Then the goat, like, it was just
It was traumatic.
even if it would have been later, like it still would have been, cause like he promised that, but
Yeah, we would have been upset if it would have happened like later.
But
the week after his mom died, not like my dad didn't know he was at the funeral.
Yeah.
He looked at us. No, I'm so sorry. By the way, I want my house back. What?
That hurt me, yeah. That was bad.
So I had to get on the phone and call my husband at work and say, I'm looking for somewhere else to live. Because, no, did I call you at work?
I think he did. Because he left it, he can't bring it or do the eviction notice thing so soon.
Y'all was devastated. I shouldn't have called you at work. I'm sorry.
Man, it was just, literally 5 days is like,
I guess
we
I didn't
got a
know
house,
what
a
to do.
3-bedroom house that have so much stuff in there.
Man. And we had to figure out where to live in 5 days. And my mom was like, y'all can come stay with me, but like, we had lived on our own, and it was like, no, we didn't really want to go. It was like a lot of stuff it was a lot that needed to be done at her house at the time. Like a lot of work and stuff that needed to be done. And I think at the time she was having issues with her AC. I had a 5-month-old. We had a 5-month-old, and we had our 3-year-old. Who's out? Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
was fun, yeah.
Xavier was 5 months old. Yeah. So that was upsetting. But man, like I prayed, and at that moment I just felt so peaceful. And I was like, okay, God. And he showed me visions of like what's gonna come in the future, and I was like, okay, apparently this wasn't ours. Okay. So I let it go. We didn't even mess up anything that we did.
I wanted to.
I wanted to like
we want
mess up everything, but after I prayed and I felt calm and peaceful, I let it go. I let it go and I gave it to God.
Just install the hot water.
Just installed a hot water heater, like a new one.
Maybe like a couple weeks before then.
Yeah, because the other one had gone out and we had just purchased a brand new hot water heater. You don't need this?
Not for the snow panel.
So yeah, I was pretty upset. So my cousins like really came through. They saw that we were really stressed out, and they were like, "We got y'all," and they sent like movers.
I'm not gonna lie, that was the easiest move we ever made. Movers do make it easy. That was our first time ever moving and using movers. They made it.
Well, they saw that we were in a high stress situation,
Yeah.
and they were like, "We're gonna make it easier for y'all." Now those cousins are like my sisters, and yeah, I'm really close to like 3 of my cousins in Georgia, and they're like sisters to me. Our moms are sisters, and our dads are brothers. Listen to that carefully, because some people gonna be like, incest. No. 2 brothers married 2 sisters, and they yeah. So
Incest.
nah, 2 brothers married 2 sisters, not their sisters. We don't get down like that. Or save me some.
I love this dude.
I know. 2 brothers married 2 sisters.
I go back and get the eyes.
No, you can have some.
No, but you try that one?
Look,
No.
go ahead.
Is this
Just
some
put
good?
it in the middle.
Is this some good?
Yeah. So 2 brothers married 2 sisters. My cousins and I, if you did a DNA test, I don't even know what it would say. Would it say cousins? Would it say siblings? I don't know. Because our moms are sisters, our dads are brothers. We are very closely related first cousins. We are also very close. Like, they're older than me, but they're like my sisters. So anyway, like I said, they sent movers. They're like, we got y'all. They sent help financially. It was a rough time, because we went from not really being able to afford to rent at a time because our money was going into other things, into the house, to then all of a sudden being hit with like rent. And it wasn't cheap rent. But we made it, and we were doing okay. And then his job had started cutting hours and different things. It was just a whole lot of stuff that took place. Long story short, we bounced back. We're getting on our feet. I mean, I do thank God though, because we were never in a situation where we couldn't pay our bills.
Right.
We've never been in a situation.
You always made a way.
Always. Always. But one thing that I am struggling with is forgiveness. How do you forgive that though? Like, I know that I have to.
I see why, like, forgiveness is like the biggest, one of the biggest they even talk about. It's like, man, it's hard, especially when someone did so much stuff to you and your family. That is like,
for me, it's because it wasn't just me he did it to. It was also my husband and my kids. It was my husband and my kids. You messed with my family. You messed with my little circle. So, you hurt my kid, like, dude. So yeah. So now, from what I'm hearing, is he's asking. I haven't talked to him since. I mean, and from what I'm hearing is like he's saying he misses us, and he wants to see his grandkids. I know some of y'all are gonna be like, but that's still your dad. But toxic is toxic. And if this person has been toxic to you your whole life,
what's the term?
What's that?
What's it?
Oh yeah, I definitely believe that he's a narcissist. I believe that I was the one that was like, sometimes narcissists have that one child that like makes them look good. I believe my brother was the golden child, because he could show off with him. He was the only kid for like 10 years, so I believe he was the golden child who was in sports and this and that and all that stuff. And then, I don't know. I don't even think he wanted me, to be honest. My mom wanted another child, but I don't think he did. He says he did, but I never got the vibe that he truly loved me. We never had that father-daughter relationship, which is why it means so much to me, for CJ and Brielle, our baby girl, to be close, because I never had that relationship with my dad.
Right.
And sometimes he would do things to try to like upset me to get back at my mom when he was angry with her. Just to like get under my skin. Get under her skin. But anyway, went to counseling for that. Doesn't bother me nearly as much as it used to. But
counseling really helped out.
Oh yeah.
The stigma with counseling, a lot of people don't want to tell you problems to a stranger. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
We was like that for, but like going to someone neutral, like in this, I think he said in one of the other videos though, but even I counseled all those years was even like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, I done heard a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But whoa.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all survived this together, like, whoa.
We did.
Like you said, without God too, with great foundation.
That was God. But I will say too, like we prayed before we got married. We did make a sacrifice, and we did ask God to bless our marriage. We were not abstinent before, like the entire time before we got married. But we did, I remember it was like 7 months before we got married. We prayed to God and asked him to bless our marriage, and just, you don't have to do this, but this is what we did as our own sacrifice to him, kind of our own fast. We completely abstained from sex, and it was, the hardest 7 months.
It was a hard 7 months.
That was a rough 7 months. Or one time it was so bad. I was like, God, I really want to honor that promise. God, like, I'm not trying to mess up. I promise you that I wouldn't do anything. So I'm asking you to give me strength. And I kid you not, we both woke up like, did we fall asleep?
Yeah, I remember.
God just knocked us out. We went to sleep.
For real, like, calm down. He hit the off switch on me. For real. I was like, man, we really went both like at the same time.
We both fell asleep out of nowhere. We don't even remember falling asleep.
It was crazy. But
we honored that promise.
Yeah, because we didn't want to break a promise of God. Like,
no.
Even though like you said it was real, but we did not want to break that promise.
Mm-mm. And I wonder if maybe that like helped us. I'm not gonna wonder if, I'm sure it did help us in some sort of way. Like God saw that we were sincere and wanting to like, you can make whatever type of, you can fast in any type of way you want, but that was our sacrifice to Him. That was our way of saying, God, we really want us to bless our marriage. We'll do this in exchange. Like, here, that sounds crazy, but like, you know, this is what we'll do. And it wasn't just supposed to be for 7 months. It was actually going to be longer, but when the wedding got canceled, we were like, well, what are we waiting on? So we just got married 11/11/11. Our original wedding date was supposed to be February 25th, 2012. But my dad backed out of paying for the wedding. It was just like so much stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this drama. I had hair falling out. Canceled the whole wedding.
Yeah, and I was my paperwork now. I don't think I'm able to pay for y'all. Because he was getting remarried. A couple months after us, right?
But I never asked for the big wedding that it was turning into. The crazy thing is, it was a big wedding because he wanted to invite all those people.
Right.
Anyway, so back to that. We bounced back from it. We're doing well. We're getting there. We're not where we want to be, but we're definitely getting there. We're blessed. We've never been without. And now he's like, she has to know that I didn't mean it. I didn't do this on purpose. I didn't this, I didn't that. But it's hard to believe that you didn't mean it when you took the house and you sold it and then you built your dream house. Like, what? You sold it.
Well,
So
that's why it's hard to believe.
you sold it. Like, he was like, I was on hard times. But people in hard times don't go and build a huge house. Like, they don't take somebody's house from them and sell it, and then I'm going to go build this huge house, and you're still doing stuff. I'm going to build a pool. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then moved up the street from my mother's house. So I'm working on forgiveness because I want God to continue to bless us. And He won't truly bless us the way... I mean, I don't feel like we'll truly get everything that God wants to give us until we can let that go.
Right.
Everybody has different beliefs, and He knows I struggle with that. But I do pray to God that He can help me with that. Help me with forgiveness. Yo, I think I boiled this too much because the meat shriveled. I heard that if you boil it too much, the meat shrivels a little bit. So yeah, that's something personal. That's one of those personal stories we told y'all we'd kind of tell y'all about. So in this message today, I'm just like, I don't want to be a ship that's just adrift. I'm not where I want to be in my relationship with God. I lost faith along the way, and we're just now like really trying to come back to God because we've realized that without Him, I mean, you can be mad if you want, but at the end of the day, you need God. God don't need you.
Right.
So I was mad for a long time, like, God, why am I going through all of this? It's not fair. I didn't do anything to deserve this. I'm a good person. I treat people the way I want to be treated. It's not fair. I was upset. But once I got over it, just like a child who gets over being angry at their parents,
Right.
I realized that I need God. God doesn't need me.
Like I said, being angry at him was not going. Can you grab it?
What were you saying? Being angry at him? I know.
Doesn't change the fact, like you said, that we still have to eventually go to him. He's the one that's gonna make the way for us. It's like, man, we struggle with it. You know, it go back and forth. That's when I lost my mom, and it's like the what if, or like why, you know, good people gotta, you know, all that. It's like, at the end of the day, you know, going to him and stuff. But this is good.
Yeah. So, I'm not saying that to put his business out, but that's what happened. So, one of my daily struggles is, one of the things I constantly ask God for is helping me to forgive.
Yeah.
Because I want to be the best version of myself that I can be. And I can't be that if I don't forget. But forgiving does not mean you have to have a relationship with somebody who does not mean well for you. So would I have a relationship with my dad again? Absolutely not. Because my whole life, he's shown me that he's not consistent. And it doesn't seem like he means me well at all. So I wish him the best, but we'll never have a relationship. But I do want to get to the point where I could truly say I forgive him and not get upset when I hear things like, oh, he misses you guys. What? I'm getting there though. I'm getting there. Because forgiveness is important not just for the other person, but also for your peace. So I have to finish this book by Ayanna Van Zant. It's called Peace from Broken Pieces. And yeah, from what I read, it was pretty good. Like from what I've been reading. You know, she's awake. You'll probably hear her in the background.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's what happened, y'all. Bouncing back from that.
Yeah.
I believe God has way more in store for us. I have to forgive. I feel like that's the key. Like to unlock everything is just to let it go. I have to. I'm praying. Y'all pray for me too. That's something I struggle with.
That's a big struggle, man.
Mm-hmm.
Both of us, because it's like, man, you know when you've been done wrong, but it's not you're doing it, like you said, financially, just everything, but it's not actually I was doing. It makes it even more frustrating. Like, man, I'm in this position not by my doing, by someone else. And that's what's frustrating.
Well, that's the reason he's like working away as far as, working out there. Like going away to work, driving 12 hours away because, money. But where we live now is like, the economy is like crazy. It's like, I don't know what's going on with our city, but they do not pay out here. So it's almost like, if you're not in the right field, like the medical field or something, or what else would you say?
Medical field, and I'm trying to think what else. All field is always, you see, the all field is just so up and down. Like, I went all field now, but it's like, it's so, you just never know. As always, you just never know.
Right.
From
So
day to day.
that's why he drives and works out to Texas. out in West Texas. It's far, but like, that's where you can like make a decent living. And we're just, like I said, trying to get caught up. But the plan is, I would love to.
Because it hurts me, I miss my family. I'm a family man. I miss my family, man. 2 years.
It sucks.
It sucks.
And a lot of people are like, well,
young kids too. Remember young kids, it's like, man.
Right, and a lot of people are like, well, I'm sure wonder, well, why doesn't she work well? Okay, explain that.
I told her, I'd rather her home.
That's how, don't say it like that. Because people are going to get so, y'all. If he says, I'd rather her home, some of y'all going to be like, because I would be like that, like, not about what he wants. We've agreed. We've agreed.
This is a decision we made together.
Agreed. Let me tell y'all, when I was in nursing school, I had serious mom guilt. And he was so supportive, And he was taking care of our son at the time, our oldest, and he'd be at work. And the day he had off, he'd be with our son, and then he'd be with other people. But I had serious mom guilt because that was my first child, and I was never home. And so I would have to sneak in, and he'd have to be in the room with our kid, and then I'd have to like go wash off because I'd been in the hospital, and like sometimes I couldn't come out of the room because I needed to study or finish clinical paperwork, and my kid would be crying for me sometimes, and it's like I couldn't be there for him, and I had decided to take a break for a little while.
It was stressful. Very stressful. She was definitely,
I failed one class when he had hand, foot, and mouth, and then I actually, what ended up happening with me with nursing school is, so I dropped one class because of mom guilt. I felt so bad that I was never there. My instructor was like, just take this semester off, come back, retake this class, but you have to pass it. We're like, cool. I was passing when I dropped that class. The next semester was when my dad was like, y'all can have the house, right? So he was like, but I want y'all to move in. I don't want that house just sitting there empty. And I was like, can I just move at the end of the semester? And he was like, I really don't want to just sit in there empty. So I was like, is it a bad neighborhood? Or he said, no. I just don't want to sit in there like that. So I was like, dude, I can't move in the middle of nursing school. Like, you don't understand.
Right.
But I didn't want to come across as ungrateful. So we moved in the middle of a nursing school semester. Y'all, I bombed my first exam in med-surg. And that was my second time taking that class because remember I told you I dropped it due to mom guilt, missing my baby. I bombed it. So I studied my butt off for the second test, but my instructor decided I'm gonna give you guys a break and give you a repeat almost of the first exam. I didn't study the old material. I studied the new material. Oh my gosh. So then I bombed the first and second test. Passed the third one. Passed the fourth one. Now I had to pass the final. And my baby, who's now 6, ended up getting hand, foot, and mouth. Oh my gosh. Which is like this virus with like bumps and sores in like your mouth. And oh, it was, y'all. He was 15 months old. He cried. 15 months old. He cried. Was he 15 months old? Maybe not. No, he might have been younger than that. Because I know when I first started my first semester of nursing school, he was only like 4 months old. So yeah, like I didn't even really get to spend time with my baby. I was like in school. So I passed the final, but it wasn't enough to cover the 2 that I bombed at the beginning of the semester due to moving. And I remember thinking, oh my God, I just failed this nursing class. And I went to appeal it and they denied my appeal. Even though I was a beast in clinicals. I was so good, y'all. Like, I'm not even trying to toot my own horn. Like, my first time doing an IV, man, my patients used to ask for me. That was good. I'm not even gonna clown. Like, ask them. When I had my second son, one of the nursing instructors, she wasn't mine, but one of the nursing instructors ended up being my nurse on the mother baby unit. And she was like, I'm not gonna harass you, but once that baby gets older, you need to come back. You need to come back to nursing school. But basically, when they denied my appeal, it means I would have had to start all over, and I just did not have it in me. That was stressful. I was halfway through. I didn't have it in me. Like, I had never in my life had testing anxiety until I got to nursing school, and I'm just like, I didn't have it in me to do it all over again because it's like,
man, so many hours late.
Oh my God. And then it's like, I commend people I commend them. I commend nurses. I commend people who went. Now, some people be cheating. I went to nursing school, so I know the inside scoop. I know all about it. I know about them banks. That's all I'm going to say. Some people be cheating. But there are people who really know their stuff and who really pay attention and really do what they got to do and get through it. And for me, it was just hard to kind of separate myself from that guilt. And I made a stupid decision at that time also, like I said, to move in the middle of nursing school. And that's what messed me up. But when it was all said and done, I was like, well, at least we have the house.
Yeah.
And then that got taken away. So I went through like a serious depression when the house got taken away because I was like, I failed nursing school moving into that house. And I often hold that guilt because I'm like, if I would have been an RN right now, you wouldn't have to be working in West Texas.
Right.
But I do have a business. It's a baking business, and I was doing that, and it was really taking off. And then I got pregnant with the baby, and I had to like put that on pause because I had hyperemesis gravidarum, which was I was extremely sick, like every single day. So even the smell of cookies, like this is like the worst form of, it's not morning sickness, but imagine the worst morning sickness you could ever imagine.
Okay.
People die, like.
You know what I'm saying? Not bad, man. It's bad.
People
It'd be pretty bad.
Like
she
people,
can't hold stuff. That is, man.
No.
24/7 all through. She loses weight. Like she never gained weight for pregnancy. Like she loses weight.
I mean, I was chunky before, so y'all probably looking at me like she lost weight. I lost 30 pounds during my pregnancy.
Yep.
This one and my last one. So yeah. Wow. So yeah. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. Man.
But so back to like you. So whenever I failed nursing school, I was debating on what to go to next. Like, did I want to go back for nursing? Did I want to do something different? Did I want to take a different route? And we decided I was gonna go into health information management. And right when I signed up for all of my classes, I found out I was pregnant with Xavier, my second son. So then we knew I was gonna be sick because I was sick the first time. We were hoping I wouldn't be, but we were kind of preparing for it. So then I kind of put those classes on hold. And CJ was like, why don't you take a break and, no, you said that was Zayden. I forgot how it was. But basically, you said I should take a break and just kind of enjoy that time with them until I decide exactly what I wanted to go back to school for,
Right.
which I agreed. And I was indeed very sick for that second pregnancy, like I said. So I'm glad I did put those classes on hold because I wouldn't have made it. And then we made an agreement for me to stay with the kids until they were old enough to tell us what's going on. Because you hear so many stories and it's like
Too many, and
we've even seen things as kids that's like, we've seen some crazy stuff happen, and so we know that we're the best people possible to take care of our kids. And so after I had Xavier and he was gonna be turning 3, I was like, all right, I had already started the baking business, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fully dive into this. He's going to preschool. Found out I was pregnant with Brielle.
I know. I know when we talk about it, I was like, man, literally, yeah. Every time I found out she was pregnant.
I'm not gonna lie, I cried. Because I was like, I know I'm about to be so sick, and I'm dreading it, 1. And 2,
you ready to dive into the business?
yeah, I was gonna dive into it. It was getting
taking off, man.
It was really taking off. And not saying that people are still asking me like, when am I coming back? But it's hard because he works away, and I have no help. I bake. Just me by myself. He works away. I'm home with a baby and a 3-year-old, and daycare is expensive. If y'all don't know, I'm sure y'all do. So anyway, so he was like, I don't expect you to stay home until she's 3 also. If that's what you choose to do, cool. But if not, I understand.
Right.
So I go back and forth. We'll see. Only time will tell. So yeah, y'all. That's the tea. Me too, because we're talking. I see why below says all that talking, you get full.
Man.
So
Stop though. I'm like, this is it.
So he did ask me to stay home. But at the end of the day, he also respects my decision.
Yeah. But like I said, we always have each other back and support each other's goals or just things we want to do. We always do like that.
I wrote his papers in college.
Yeah.
For his degree. Yeah. And you helped me study when I was in nursing school.
I remember. So we were
Flashcards, everything.
I didn't realize how much nursing school take up. Like, it's everything. Take my whole life.
What sucks though, what truly sucks, and is discouraging, is that you mess up on one thing and you can fail the whole program. Other majors aren't like that. Like, you fail a test, you can retake it. You fail a class, you can retake it. And you can still get a biology degree. Nursing school, I don't know, man. You go through all that, and just because like I dropped the class and then I turned around and I took it again and I failed it due to circumstances, but I was really good in everything else. It didn't matter. It was the rules, and it was at their discretion. And the thing is, there were other people who actually failed 2 classes and they still won their appeal. I dropped and I failed the second one. Like, I failed the second time, but I dropped the first time. I didn't fail it twice. And that was it. They were like, nope. I mean, I just didn't feel like my reason was good enough, which it was my fault. Yep. Mm. You have something on my eye? I feel like I do. Okay. I'm getting full.
I'm done.
I feel like I've talked the whole video.
What? Man, we have a lot.
We
We
do.
have a lot, like, side stories. Just I heard, like, a lot of movies together, but, it also good sometimes still hear a point of view things, and it's like, man, you really realize how much we went through to fight. Like, we were going to say put God first and fight through it.
Mm-hmm.
We have through a lot of things.
Yeah. But we're here.
We're here, yeah.
We're here.
Together. You go stern.
You stuck with me.
You go stern.
Ew.
Oh, the King Crab was good, guys. Put the finishing touches on me though. Oh. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm done. Oh, man. Can't even do this more, guys.
That's seasoning.
Muscles. I'm not gonna say I get muscles again, but it wasn't bad like I thought. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
They're not bad. They're not bad. King crab for the first time. Really, really, really enjoyed it. Snow crab, always enjoyed it every time.
I know.
But the king crab. Maybe I should have started with that first.
I know.
That just finished me like.
Y'all, that seasoning went down the wrong way. We used some Zatarain's crab boil. Spicy. That seasoning went down. Huh. Yeah. Eyes are watering. But yeah, yo.
Yeah, we definitely, have a lot of different stories. Just experiences, just things we've been through, things we went through and got through. And so, we love like helping other people or sharing our story because you never know who we can help, or you might be like, man, I'm going through something similar. Maybe how we handle it. I mean, that's just, how we went through. A lot of praying. I know. Praying against.
Alright, y'all. So you scared? You scared?
I'm sorry, baby. Yeah, guys, our camera cut off.
Oh yeah, unfortunately.
We didn't know like it cut till we checked. We check on her and look up like camera off.
Yeah.
Wow, but yeah, we like I said, we just prayer foundation with God, with Jesus. That's how we made it through a lot. We definitely other videos. We definitely want to elaborate and get into more stories. We have a bunch. So like you were saying, send any questions.
If you have any questions, anything y'all want us to like touch on, just let us know. Y'all probably wondering why I wear a lot of these head wraps. I do have hair under there. I have lots of hair under there. But the thing is, I'm dealing with postpartum shedding. As you can probably see.
Bro, look at that like.
I'm losing my edges, y'all. She took them. She snatched them. So I'm dealing with postpartum shedding. So I have been keeping my hair in a little twist. And I put head wraps on until I can get this shedding under control, and then I will wear my natural hair for y'all in these videos. Not that y'all asked, but I just looked at that camera footage and noticed it like I'm bald. But it's what it is. And she just has one for fashion because she has probably, well, she don't have a lot going on either, but it's all good. Say hi.
Say hi.
Say hi.
So yeah, guys,
Right,
we definitely going to end the video right here. We enjoyed our food.
We did. It was very good. We enjoyed talking to y'all.
Yeah.
We had our king crab for the first time, and it won't be the last. That was yummy. Maybe next time Zayden might join us. That's our oldest. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. But until next time, y'all, thank y'all so much for watching, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.